It's not possible.
I didn't say it would be easy, Neo.
All right, please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Jerry Lewis, 104544.
All right, Mr. Lewis, my name is Brendan Kelsey. Along with Mr. Roche will be your panel. I'll explain the process to you, read some information to the record, have a parole interview, ask you some questions. You can respond at the end. You can make a statement. We'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
All right, and we have Ms. Adrienne Hutchinson, Deborah Lewis, Andrew Hunley will be here, Chandler Thornton. If you'd like to go ahead and introduce your student, Mr. Lancaster.
Yes, Mr. Kelsey, Robert Lancaster with the LSU Parole and Reentry Clinic, representing Jerry Lewis today. With me is Chandler Thornton. He is a third-year student at the Law Center. He's not certified under Louisiana Supreme Court Rule 20, but he's helped Mr. Lewis prepare for this hearing, help prepare appropriate. He can make a statement in support at the conclusion of the hearing.
All right, Jerry Lewis, DOC number 104544. You're a first-class offender. Parole eligibility date 4/27/2023. Good time 11/15/2029. Full term 10/14/2079. 99-year sentence. Second-degree murder. And you are had a commutation of sentence signed by the governor on April 27th, 2023. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, would you answer Mr. Roche, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Mr. Lewis. How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Rose.
Nice seeing you again.
No, nice seeing you.
Good. You had a partner hearing, about a year ago?
Yes, sir.
And you got a recommendation from the pardon board, and the governor signed that recommendation on April 27th, 2023. So tell me what you've been doing in the 18 months in between your pardon hearing and the hearing today.
I've been working in Campbell Kitchen and doing other things like when they brought them kids up here, helping them up there and straightening out things. And they gave me a certificate for that. And going to church and trying to stay in school and keeping myself together, keeping my head up.
I think we lost him, Mr. Lewis. We might have to repeat that when they come back.
What happened?
They fell off.
They fell off.
And we just lost our video.
Yep.
Yeah.
A few minutes later.
Can you hear us now? Can y'all hear us?
Yes, we can.
Great. I think maybe we figured it out. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Mr. Lewis, look like everything's getting in the way of this hearing.
Sir?
Look like everything is getting in the way of your hearing.
Yes, sir. I see that.
I'm going to rephrase my question. Tell me what programs, what community service, what organizational participation you have completed in the last 18 months.
Last 18 months, well, I completed recognition of appreciation certificate. That's being, recognized due diligence, getting reception center ready, like when the kids came up here. And
have you completed any
got
program?
everything together there for a little while. And
Have you taken any other classes, Jerry?
No, sir. Well, before then, yes, sir, I took victim awareness, and not after that, because, you know, they didn't have nothing else back then.
Any
Sir?
community, any community service in the last 18 months?
Yeah, talking about this, talking about the last certificate I got from the reception center.
Okay. Have you had any disciplinary write-ups in the last 18 months?
No, sir.
When was your last disciplinary write-up?
I think 2016.
We're talking almost 7 years ago.
Yes, sir.
Warden Falco, would you like to make any comments, remarks, or observations?
With Jerry, since his pardon and his commutation continues to work for us at Camp F, as he said, as a food prep cook, he's cooking for us back there. He did help us out in getting the reception center clean and ready for use when we had the juvenile offenders that came to us. So he continues to do, you know, what's asked of him without any problems. Has been doing it for quite some time and continues to do it to today.
Thank you, Warden. Mr. Chairman?
All right, would Deborah Lewis like to make a brief statement? If she's here.
He's not in the room, Mr. Kelson.
Right, sounds good. All right, we know, there's Andrew. Andrew, you want to make a brief statement or?
Yeah, just confirming to the board that if Jerry's released, that he will be a client of our residential reentry program, and he will have the full support of our organization until he transfers to his permanent residence, where we will continue to provide case management services to him. Thank you.
Great, thank you. All right. All right, Mr. Lewis, would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I'm really remorseful for the crime when during the time my age, and you know, I want to, you know, apologize for what, you know, the things I done back during that time, you know, at that age, and I want to say I'm very remorseful for what I have done to the Mr. Cheney family, and hurted them and hurted my family for the act that I did. And, you know, and since I came here, I recognized everything I had done, you know, during that time. I went to, you know, classes and started teaching myself to do better. And, you know, where I can be back out there into society and be the person that, you know, people look after me at, you know, a better person. And, you know, and if I get out there today and I'll have a job, I'll make sure a place where I'm living at, by the man of meals now, 63 years old. At the time, I was 19 years old. And, you know, if I was at my own house at the time and I wasn't looking for no trouble, and so I, you know, by the man of meals now, I wouldn't hang the streets, you know, that what's going on now, you know.
Yes, sir. All right. All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Thornton, would you like to wrap up?
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to speak, and it's been my privilege to assist Mr. Lewis on his case before the parole board today. It's been a privilege to get to know him. He was 19 years old when he committed this crime, for which he's now incarcerated. And while that means he was not legally a minor, his mind and true character had yet to be fully developed. And I think today, as we see Jerry at 63 years old, after 43 years in the Louisiana State Prison, we see his true character. And he's obedient, he's hardworking, he has a strong work ethic, as been discussed. He's been working in the kitchen for the last 27 years, and that requires him to get at his post at 3:30 a.m. 4 or 5 times a week. And he takes that job seriously. He gets up at 2 a.m. to get his mind right, and he takes his job seriously, and he's dependable for the people in the kitchen, for the people in his prison community. And he's committed to improving himself. And I think throughout his time in prison, he's made sure to take time to take advantage of the prison programming and learn from that, and to reflect on how he can improve as a person. And I think that, coupled with the support that the Parole Project and his siblings here in Baton Rouge will be is a good recipe for him to be successful should this board grant him parole. And for these reasons, we respectfully request that this board grant him parole under whatever conditions you deem appropriate.
All right, thank you. Council prepared to vote?
Yes,
Roche?
yes. Mr. Lewis?
Yes, sir.
Based upon the positive remarks of Warden Falgood, based on the length of incarceration, and just for the record, I'd like to mention that as of January 1st of next year, you would have been incarcerated 44 years. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to enter that into the record. Based on that length of incarceration, good conduct, good transition plan, good programs, my vote is to grant your early release under the following conditions. You have a curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. You are to do 5 hours of community service with at-risk youth. Tell them your story. Lead them in the right direction. The last condition is NAA meetings at the direction of your parole officer. If he deems it necessary, you must attend. If he doesn't think it's necessary, you don't have to attend. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Wise.
Mr. Lewis, I just want to commend you on the hard work that you've done. You prepared for this day when this day wasn't even on the calendar. I just want to commend you for that. My vote is to grant as well for the reasons already stated on the record. And you go and be that man that you said you're going to be.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, 2 votes to grant. I'm also going to vote to grant you parole for the same reasons as stated. You have a curfew from 9 p to 6 a, community service 5 hours a month, and you'll have NAAA per your parole officer. So 3 votes to grant today. Your parole's been granted. Good luck to you, Jerry.
Thank you, sir. Thank y'all.
Thank you.